This is the VOA Special English Development Report. UNICEF says the death rate for children under the age of 5 has fallen 28% since 1990. Experts credit the drop to improvements in public health measures. These include vaccination campaigns and the use of bed nets chemically treated to kill mosquitoes that spread malaria. Still, Brian Hansford at the United Nations Children's Fund says more work remains. He says the good news is that the rate of deaths of children under 5 years of age continued to decrease in 2008. The number of child deaths decreased to an estimated 8.8 million from 12.5 million in 1990. Compared to 1990, 10,000 fewer children are dying each day. The bad news is that a yearly death total of 8.8 million is still a tragedy, and so there is still much to do. One of the UN Millennium Development Goals is to reduce the under 5 death rate by 2/3 by 2015. One country that could reach this goal is Malawi. In 1990, there were 225 deaths for every 1,000 live births. The estimate for last year was 100 deaths. UNICEF spokesman Brian Hansford says pneumonia and diarrhea remain the world's 2 greatest killers of young children. 93% of the deaths happen in Africa and Asia. A separate new study looked at deaths worldwide in young people aged 10 to 24. It found that 97% happen in low and middle income countries, and 2 out of every 5 are the result of injuries and violence. Professor George Patton at Royal Children's Hospital in Melbourne, Australia, was the lead author. The study found that worldwide, more than 2.5 million people aged 10 to 24 died in 2004. Nearly 2/3 were in sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia. Conditions related to pregnancy and childbirth were a leading cause of deaths in females. But for both sexes combined, the leading killer in this age group was traffic accidents. 10% of all the deaths were blamed on road injuries. Next came suicide and violence. Also in the top 10 causes were infections, including tuberculosis and HIV/AIDS, as well as drowning and fire-related deaths. The study appears in the journal The Lancet. And that's the VOA Special English Development Report.